Morning.
Morning.
There's all sleep in my face.
Oh,
sleepy face.
Nice.
It was such a shitty night. There was so much wind and so much rain and blah. It was awful last night. But the bad news is that while the wind might have died down a bit, it's going to be very, very wet today. I'd say there'll be spots of localised flooding in places today because it's going to be so wet. Bear that in mind, top temperatures of 10 or 11 degrees. I saw somebody yesterday. I felt so bad for them. I was in Cork and on my way back, I saw somebody. Now, I laughed as well and I shouldn't have laughed, but somebody got soaked by a passing
That's
van.
happened to me.
Yeah, it was just outside Macroom, and the van just went past, splashed this one. She's full of shopping bags, and she just did this, and she just went.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't lose her mind. She didn't go. She just looked as if to say, "Are you serious?"
Oh, the poor thing.
Yeah,
it happened to me
laugh,
once, but the lads who did it kind of slowed down then afterwards, and I'll put down the window and start laughing. So that was really lousy. I was soaked.
Isn't it one of those moments in life where you wish you had an egg?
Oh, it was something else I was wishing for at that stage. An egg.
Gun.
I was innocent.
Anyway, yeah, so a wet one today, lads.
Some of the papers' front pages, obviously Theresa May is on the front pages again. She survived that confidence no motion yesterday. Not going anywhere for now is the headline in the Irish Examiner today, with Theresa May surviving, but nothing's changed with Brexit. She still has all those struggles to get that deal through.
Yeah,
so that's on one side. She's not going anywhere, and neither are Fianna Fáil, because yesterday they extended their deal with the government. Fianna Fáil agrees to support Varadkar for another year in the national interest. So they say they don't want the Irish government to collapse in the midst of all these Brexit shenanigans. That's another story in the Irish Examiner. Irish flights among the most delayed. 9 Irish flight routes have been named among the most disrupted flights in Europe. It's pretty bad, isn't it? The Kinahan foot soldiers of death is the headline in the Irish Sun today. Cartel pair get a total of 16 years in jail. The Times Ireland edition, another photograph of Theresa May. May scrapes home in confidence vote. And that same story again. Fianna Fáil promises no election until 2020 now. RTE yesterday revealed how much they pay their highest earners. €450,000 per year is what Ray D'Arcy gets. 450,000.
Yeah.
It's isn't it?
It's all the RT heads now.
Yeah. Do you watch Ray D'Arcy? Do you listen to Ray D'Arcy?
I'll be honest, I don't listen to Ray D'Arcy. I listen to Brendan. That's the genuine truth. And I only watch the TV show if I see that there's someone who I might be remotely interested in on.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't particularly watch it, no. I've nothing against Ray D'Arcy, by the way. I'm not one of these people who's going to bash him at all. I've nothing against him. I just don't watch it.
I never see it. Ever. It's Saturday night, right?
And actually, sorry.
I think it's because it's Saturday night.
And that's what I was just going to say. Yeah. If there's somebody who I think I might be interested in, I might record it and I watch it maybe Sunday afternoon, but I don't actually sit down to watch it on a Saturday night.
That's on the front page of the Irish Daily Mail. It's back to square one for Brexit is another story. 40 of the best Christmas wines inside the Irish Daily Mail. And the young woman who told Gardaí that a well-known Irish sports star had raped and beaten her in the penthouse of a Dublin hotel is unlikely to proceed with that case, according to insiders. And that's on the front page of the Irish Daily Mail today.
Wow. The top trends in Ireland this morning. RT Investigates is trending this morning. So I didn't see it, but after reading the tweets about it last night and this morning, my understanding is last night they did an investigative programme about steroids and the use of steroids, and in particular use of steroids in young men. And then they brought up all about Instagram and social media posts and so on about young guys seeing another lad who's absolutely ripped and like, oh, I want to look like him, and then it's the dangers of taking steroids. And there was one particular case last night where a guy who completely changed both physically and mentally for taking steroids, and he ended up taking his own life. So it's a very sad story on RT last night.
Yeah, I think people, you know, you see these so-called influencers on Instagram and everything, and you see the bodies they have. I mean, you just can't. It's very unlikely you get that body naturally. Yeah. Maybe one or two of them can, but I think most of them can't. And I think youngsters need to get real about that. Maybe that's something else you need to talk to your kids about.
Yeah.
Unattainable, physical.
It's all well and good going to the gym and getting fit and getting stronger. We can all do that because, I mean, physically it is possible for everybody to get fitter and get stronger. Yeah. But I think Elaine is right.
To get massive.
To turn out like Cristiano Ronaldo, where you've got 6 packs on your elbows, like that's not, natural for other people.
At least he's not massive.
Yeah,
I know he's ripped,
yes, you're right. He's not. Yeah,
but it's these massive lads, like
it's the bodybuilder lads. Yeah,
yeah.
Sorry, and not all bodybuilders, obviously, but like for instance, someone of my stature, I could never look like that. As in, my physique just couldn't handle it without taking something like steroids. So it's well worth a watch, I'd imagine. I will go back and look at that. Confidence vote is also trending this morning. So Theresa May, as Elaine mentioned, survived. 40% of her party voted against her. So, I mean, as an instance, we're essentially we've gone nowhere. We're in the same position we were 2 days ago, and Phil Jones is trending because poor Phil once again last night scored an OG, and it meant that Man United didn't win the group in the Champions League, and it was the best night possible for them to do it. So they lost 2-1 to Valencia. Had they drawn or won, they'd have won the group because Young Boys beat Juventus.
Oh wow!
Which is a bit of a shock.
That was a shocker, yeah.
They won 2-1 as well. So
did Pogba play well?
I don't know. I didn't see the game. No, I see. This is the thing. Can someone explain to me where the Champions League games have gone to? Because RTE didn't have it. They had the Liverpool game Tuesday night. I assume it was on BT Sport and possibly the Virgin Media Sport, but
right.
I didn't have the channel for it last night. It was on this day in 1843 that A Christmas Carol was released by Charles Dickens. It is possibly my favourite Christmas story. I
love it.
Yeah, and I'll be honest. I look forward to every year seeing A Muppet's Christmas Carol on TV. It's one of my favourite Christmas films. I love it. That was it. And also Sellotape. Big day for Sellotape. It first went on sale today in 1937.
Oh God, I love Sellotape.
Possibly again.
Life would be tough enough without Sellotape.
Greatest invention
I use
of all
it to
time.
shut my letterbox when it's windy these nights.
Do you know what I use? A tea towel.
That was working for me, but the outside one started blowing.
Oh, I've stuck it out. I stuck the tea towel
nice
out.
looking.
And,
Yeah, like a tongue.
It doesn't particularly you know look pleasing, but it's the poor postman. Morning, Mr. Postman. I don't know what his name is.
Yeah.
Every time he comes in to put the post in, I've often seen him stick it in the letterbox. And in fairness to him, he does leave the tea towel in place, but you can see him kind of going, oh. Yeah. It would just be easier if the tea towel wasn't there. But yeah, Sellotape may be the better option there instead of a dirty old rag tea towel hanging out there.
Yeah, they've no problem bursting through the Sellotape anyway.
Have you watched a TV series called On My Block?
No.
Do you know what On My Block is?
No.
I don't either. Does anybody watching this know what it is?
On My Block.
It's apparently the most binged show this year on Netflix, followed by
We've never heard
Making
of
a
it?
Murderer, followed by 13 Reasons Why, yeah.
Is that in the US maybe?
No, it's
Since we've
Ireland
never
and
heard
UK,
of it.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
On
so
My Block.
On My Block. Never heard
I
of
shall
it.
open my Netflix right now and see.
Yeah, so I'm not too sure. Oh, and I wanted to mention Holly Willoughby. What a legend. So you know Holly's been down under doing I'm a Celebrity, and
Holly's been down under.
she spent £19,000 sterling, which is what, about 22 grand in euro,
Okay.
on getting the top flight home from, what's the airline? Emirates.
Yeah.
Not Emirates. Etihad. And basically she got, it's what's called the penthouse sky. So she essentially got an entire...
Is she that rich?
No, I think it says in the paper that she spent the money on her family as a treat for basically putting up with being in Australia for the last 4 or 5 weeks, which I'm sure they were fine.
She got that for free because now we're talking about Etihad. I don't believe she paid for that.
Okay, well, I'm only telling you what she says in the paper and what the papers say.
She got it for free.
So penthouse suite essentially in the plane, which gives her own top floor, her own corridor down to a bedroom. There's a big widescreen, flat screen cinema TV as well, and you have your own butler.
How much again?
19 grand for a one-way ticket.
For all of them?
Yeah, for her and her family, yeah. 19 grand.
That's
Not
what
bad,
some people
lads.
get paid in a year, like.
I haven't. I've never been on a first class flight, so I've no idea what
Most
that's
people
even like.
haven't.
Yeah, I don't think I ever will be either.
No,
so.
I don't think so either.
There was a great story
I
I read.
walked through first class.
I read a great story in Chris Evans' book a couple of years ago. Do you remember just after he had bought Virgin Media,
Yeah.
Virgin Radio in the UK? In order to do that, he had this idea with a bank manager, and the bank manager went on holiday. So Chris Evans packed a couple of his buddies into the car. They down to Heathrow Airport, jumped on the first Concorde they could get, flew to New York at like 12 o'clock in the day, met this bank manager fella, convinced him to give him a loan of 96 million, as you do, and then flew back and was home and all that night for like 10 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
Ridiculous stuff. And he got the loan and bought the
I walked through on a Virgin flight.
Sorry,
I walked
I
through
thought.
first class, and the Indian cricket team were on it.
Nice. That's
It was
pretty
class.
cool.
And they're like they had the seats that turned into beds and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were already all getting cozy.
I always see those as well on TV shows.
I went and took my ordinary seat down the back. On my block, in a rough inner city LA neighbourhood, 4 smart, funny, streetwise teens. It's a teeny thing. That's why we don't know it.
That's why it's
okay.
popular.
They find their lifelong friendship tested as they begin high school. That's why we haven't seen it. If you and me had said, "Oh, yeah, it's brilliant. It's my favourite TV show,"
We'd be
we
totally.
would have been creeps.
It would have been uncool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 13 Reasons Why, speaking of teen stuff, is also
Yeah,
on the list
yeah,
as well,
yeah.
so that makes sense, yeah. So on the block.
On my block.
Never. On my block. Yeah,
Yeah.
on my block, sorry. Yeah.
Okay, that's it from us for the moment. We're going to be live on Radio Kerry in about 30 seconds. Oh God, I just realised the time. I'll
Right.
go.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Good luck.